Okay, now what we're going to have a look at here is actually the objects that we have on the screen, and we're going to have a look at what they are and why we call them certain things before we get into any coding and so on. These objects have already been created as symbols. Now, I'm not going to go over that process now. I'll do that in the next video just to remind you how to create a symbol. So first thing I'm going to do is have a look at what we have here. We have small objects up here, which are direct copies of these ones here down the bottom. Now these are large versions of the same thing. If I click on the square, our property bar down the bottom here changes. You'll notice that it has a property name of BS, and that stands for big square. The important thing to notice is this bit here where it says instance of square. If I then click on the small one, it changes its name to SS, which I have a meaning for small square, and it also is instance of square. So this one and this one here are both the same object, although we've just got copies of it, and each of the copies that we have of it we can give different names. So one would assume that on the circle I have instance of circle, BC for big circle, SC for little small circle, and I dare say I have done the same process for the triangle, so we'll just check that. Instance of triangle, BT for big triangle, click on the little one, and it's ST for a small triangle. That's fine. So these are the objects I've got placed, and over here I've got a text field. If I select that, I notice that it's a dynamic text field. When you first make a text field using this tool here, and you say create, click on that, create a tool, what do you call it, dialog box. At first start, usually it'll start off as static text, and it's your job to change it to dynamic text. Okay, but on the one that we've created here, this one here, it is dynamic text. I've changed it. I didn't need to give it an instance name at this point. However, over here I have given it what we call a variable name. The VAR here stands for variable name, and the idea is that we can actually set this word or variable to a value, and then we can display the result of that value into this field up here. So when we were running it before and we saw square, circle, triangle, this is where it was being displayed, and the dynamic text format allows that to happen. So that's a quick description of of all the objects that we've got on here. Now we'll go about actually making the objects in the next video.